Richie McGrath. Bear on Board, Jimmy McCarthy, very interesting runner. Wayne Mountain, Leighton Aspel. Worldwide Web is Liam Cooper, and Ebony Light, Brian Harding. They're the runners for this Red Square Vodka Gold Cup. The non-runners there, 2, 3, 4 and 6. Bindaree is now out, of course, along with Tyne and Tyne, Lord Nolly, Tyne and Tyne again, and Red Striker. They're the 4 runners, 10 to go. Let's have a look at the betting.
Well, a competitive betting heap in the market just taking shape now with the news of all those non-runners. But at the moment, Joe Blake and Worldwide Web are the 4-to-1 favourites, with Arctic Jack and Bear on Board 5-to-1. Those 4 the only single-figure quoted horses. Exit to Wave is a 10-to-1 chance with Jurancon 12s. Wayne Mountain is also 12s with Jurancon 14s. Ebony Light 33s, and Just in Debt the 50-to-1 out.
Come now to the second ditch, which is number 8. Arctic Jack on the inside, the first to rise. Back in the field, they all got over it okay. Joe Blake a bit sloppy, and still a long last is You're a Good One. But they leave the back now, and Arctic Jack on the inside under a very tight hold here. You can see Dominic Ellsworth really trying to restrain him, but he's set alight by Jurancon on the outside. Jurancon, Joey Elliott really serving it up. This pair have gone about half a dozen lengths clear of Bear on Board as they come into the home straight now towards fence number 10, a plain one. Then in fourth position, Ebony Light on the outside. Back in the field is Exit to Wave, and they're followed by Wayne Mountain. Worldwide Web is getting reminders already, struggling in the ground. 2 or 3 lengths further back then is Just in Debt. As they come to the 11th now, the leaders clearing it well. Well back in the field then behind Just in Debt at this stage is Joe Blake, and You're a Good One hasn't made a great deal of progress at all, is still a long last as they head now towards the 12th. The leader on the inside, Arctic Jack. On the near side is Jurancon. They're stride for stride, these Trailblazers. They're out in front by 8 lengths to Bear on Board. 3 away Ebony Light, followed then by Exit to Wave. Wayne Mountain is on the inside as they come to the third ditch. Then Worldwide Web, followed by Just in Debt. A couple of lengths to Joe Blake, and 3 or 4 lengths last is You're a Good One, who's just catching the field. Coming towards the water a second time. Jurancon has taken the lead now clearly. From in second, Arctic Jack, about 3 or 4, more than that, about a dozen lengths or so to Bear on Board. They're followed by Exit to Wave, who's under the whip. Then on the outside next, Ebony Light. Just in Debt is behind them as they turn into the back now. And at this stage, Norman, which one would you like to be on?
These 2 horses in front, they're jumping for fun, gone a hell of a gallop. And Dominic Ellsworth on the inside and Arctic Jack, he won't be happy with young Joey Elliott taking him on. He'll think that they'll be doing too much too far. One horse is carrying a stone more than the other, which is interesting to see how long they'll last. Bear on Board back in third is travelling well, and Worldwide Web hasn't travelled at all, hasn't jumped super. Ground probably a bit quick for him, but they have a long way to go yet, and Bear on Board might just get back into these 2.
Well, the stayers will come to the fore now as they head over the second one down the back on the final circuit. Bear on Board has got about 15 lengths to make up. Joe Blake's right out the back under the whip, and You're a Good One second last. Worldwide Web looks like being pulled up. At the 17th, Jurancon still a clear leader by 2 or 3 lengths. Arctic Jack, a dozen lengths or so to Bear on Board, who's hard at work now, followed back in the field by Ebony Light. Joe Blake's under the whip. Just in Debt is next, followed by Wayne Mountain as Jurancon clears the next. Worldwide Web has been pulled up. Ebony Light is well back in the field with You're a Good One, Wayne Mountain, Joe Blake and Exit to Wave. Heading towards the last one down the back, the final ditch now. And the leader to it is Jurancon, sailed over it in grand style by 8 lengths. Arctic Jack jumped at second. Bear on Board is now starting to come into it as they prepare to leave the back now. You're a Good One has gone into fourth, but under the whip and a long way off the lead. Jurancon's the one to catch though on the turn for home. Jurancon out in front here for Joey Elliott. Going pretty well too by about 8 or 10 lengths. Bear on Board has gone into second, followed then by Arctic Jack as they straighten up now towards the third last. And the leader to it is Jurancon, about 4 or 5 lengths. Bear on Board is now starting to make progress, followed by Arctic Jack. You're a Good One, a mistake at that, but still battling on. It's Jurancon out in front. Can he last? He's about 5 lengths clear of Bear on Board, who's still relentlessly staying on. Arctic Jack has run his race at the next. Jurancon went right through it. He was lucky to survive that. Bear on Board has sailed over it. They've got 1 fence left to jump in the Red Square Vodka Gold Cup. Jurancon about 3 or 4 lengths clear. Bear on board, trying hard to reel him in. An all-important last jump. Jurancon popped over it well. Bear on board, a weary jump in second. A long gap to Artie Jack, Eurogooden, followed by Ebony Light, mistake by Eurogooden at the last. But Jurancon has got this shot to pieces. He's about 8 or 10 lengths clear on the run-in. And with a half furlong left to go, it's Jurancon, Joey Elliott on this Martin Pipe trained stayer who comes up to the line to win it well in the David Johnson colours. Jurancon is the winner of the Red Square Vodka Gold Cup by the best part of 10 lengths. Bear on board, Game in second, a long gap to Arctic Jack in third. They're followed by Ebony Light, who gets up to snatch fourth from Eurogooden. They're followed by Exit to Wave. And looking down the track now, Wayne Mountain's going to complete the course. Joe Blake's been pulled up, and Justin Dent has also been pulled up. But there is the winner, number 7, Jurancon, owned by David Johnson, trained by Martin Pipe and
It was won by Jurancon, trained by Martin Pipe. A quick double on the card for him, returning at 10 to 1. Second was number 11, Bear on Board at 9 to 2. And third was number 1, Arctic Jack at 5 to 1.